Welcome back everybody to Forza Horizon 4, and today we're doing another seasonal championship. This one is called Blizzard Mountains, and yeah, we're going to be in Hoonigan vehicles in S1 class. So yeah, big power, all-wheel drive, not particularly much in the way of weight, and yeah, plenty of speed and acceleration. Basically everything that this car isn't, or doesn't have, because yeah, we're in the big whaleboat of a Cadillac Eldorado, which is, yeah, still in a ridiculously oversized vehicle, but I do love driving it every now and then. Seems a little bit ridiculous right now driving it in winter, but you know, take advantage of that rear wheel drive and huge amount of torque and not much in the way of handling, and let it slide around in the snow, and you get some nice fun slides out of it. So yeah, not all bad, and yeah, make this winter season feel a little bit warmer by imagining myself driving around in LA in this. So yeah, hope you if you did see it, that is, hope you did enjoy the real life video that I put out yesterday, where I was talking about one part of my film collection, which I really enjoyed doing. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching that if you haven't already. If you have already. If you haven't, then please do check it out. It's not the perfect video in terms of production quality or whatever like that, because I was filming it off my phone, but that will eventually improve once I get my hands on a new camera. And hopefully some new audio equipment as well, because yeah, the audio on my phone is fine, or the microphone on my phone is fine, should I say, but it's not the best. But yeah, so yeah, we've got a bunch of Gymkhana vehicles to choose from, mostly Fords in this class of car, or this type of car. So yeah, we've got the Fiesta ST, the two Focuses, which are the same. Then we've got the Escort, the Mazda RX-7 Twerk Stallion, the Escort RS 1800, which I think is the least powerful here. Yeah, it is by a substantial margin. And then we got the big riff Porsche 911 Turbo. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to go with something all-wheel drive though to start with. So we're gonna go with the Escort, because I don't think I've ever used this on a video before. So yeah, 620 horsepower, 600 pounds-feet of torque from I presume a 2-litre turbocharged inline 4 engine, weighing only 2,712 pounds. Has all-wheel drive, and obviously this was a rally car back in its day, as well as a normal road car. So yeah, shouldn't make mincemeat of this. An idea I have constantly you know, bandied around is the idea of having a showroom car list, kind of, you know, a options list, or more to the point, with vehicles on these games. So basically you can pick everything from the bodywork to the engine size to the amount of doors or drivetrains and gearboxes and everything like that. And a reason for that has always been in my mind that you would be able to pick the rally spec versions of cars that are out there, because I'd love to have the rally version of an Escort on well, of an Escort version of this generation of Escort, should I say, on a game like this, because that would be really fun. But for now, this is pretty much the closest we have to one of those. It's still a great car, really light, really small and agile. It's got bags of power as well. But the one thing with the Escort back in its day was it had a ginormous turbo, which meant that you had a lot of turbo lag when driving it, so you had no power, then all comes the power all at once, and you shoot off into the distance at 100 million miles an hour and try and not crash, which, yeah, was hilarious. They did eventually give it a smaller turbo later down the line, when they realised that rather large turbo was, yeah, really rather hazardous to your health and your, you know, your car itself, because a lot of people would crash them, not expecting all of that power to come all of a sudden. So yeah, it wasn't as powerful, but it was more manageable on a day-to-day basis, although nowhere near as hilarious to drive. But again, I'd love to have that version of an Escort as well, which, you know, you will be able to get the chance to do so with my options list idea for these games. And it would mean that we get all sorts of varieties of cars racing against each other. packs, which we've probably never seen before. It'll also give me more things to play with as well. Not that I'm being selfish, because I imagine a lot of people would enjoy the whole pick what you want from any kind of car. Because at the end of the day there are people out there that like diesel engine cars that are quite quick. So yeah, imagine yourself driving a diesel Audi with an estate body and all-wheel drive, something like that. That would be really fun. So yeah, these cars bring the worst out of me in terms of driving. It's like sliding around all over the time. That's pretty much what they've been built for. Showing off and drifting around. So may as well do what they're made for. At the end of the day, we've still got a comfortable win, so win-win on that front, quite frankly. So yeah, we've got the 20 points. We're nearly, we're just over a second quicker than the Fiesta ST, then a Focus RS in third, a Hoonigan Fiesta in fourth, and then the Porsche in fifth. So yeah, good start to this championship. So let's get on to the second race. Right, so with a sizable win there with the Escort, we'll go for something completely different, and yeah, I'm going to be looking for something that's handling wise, because I think we are on a circuit race this time. So I think we'll go with a Porsche. It's not got anywhere near the horsepower or torque of the Ford, and is actually a little heavier as well, but it does have the handling and braking, as you can see, and yeah, being a tight twisting circuit that I believe we're on, that will come in to benefit. So yeah, let's see what the Porsche can do. Again, like the Escort, I've not driven any of these vehicles all that much, to be honest. Not something that I necessarily, you know, push myself to drive. But that's why I did this championship, because it's, you know, interesting in that regard in terms of vehicles I've never really driven. And yeah, certainly never done a video on like this before. So let's see what this Porsche can do. Completely missed the checkpoint there. Now there are other vehicles that we could have chosen from if we'd have upgraded them. Like you can see, we've got the oh dear, completely spun out because we've got all of the power and none of the traction on the snow. So you've got that the Bel Air behind us, and then you've got the Nova as well. It might have been a mistake going for a rear-wheel drive car, to be honest. Seem to be all that much in the way of grip, which I guess is no surprise because of the conditions we're in. Come on, gain grip. Would have thought this Porsche, even with only rear wheel drive, would have had more grip than say another rear wheel drive car, because it obviously has the weight at the rear with the engine. So 60% of the weight is to the rear on this car, so start to prove beneficial. Just gonna have to be careful with the throttle at times, that's all. It does surprise me that they put quite a big rear wing on this, given, you know, it's a Hoonigan vehicle. These are supposed to be slid around and all that lot, so it's a surprise. The main front pack have gotten well ahead of us. These roads are a little bit more paved than the other ones, so we should gain on 5th place. I think we've made a grave mistake picking this. Did not realise how off-road orientated this circuit race would be, to be honest. If we can get 5th place at least, then we'll at least get, I think, 10 points, so which will at least give us another double figure score. the Escort is struggling in these conditions, and that's a car that was made for rallying. We've been absolutely mullered in this race. Going to be everything to play for in the last race, that's for sure. Guess I just struggled to really get out of the starting blocks at the beginning, and stuck behind other people for a little bit too long, really. Plus, obviously, this car's nowhere near as quick as, say, those that Fiesta ST or a Focus, a Hoonigan vehicle. So probably that as well. No idea why this is an S1 class, quite frankly, because we're near the same levels of power as those all-wheel drive Fords. Yes, it's got handling, but really don't think that would make up for a couple hundred horsepower deficit. Seriously struggling to put the power down. Get overtaken by that Ford behind us. For some reason that's one of the few all-wheel drive vehicles that is stuck right behind us. I think we might have the edge on speed. Those cars are generally set up for a quick acceleration with short gears. Whereas this seemingly is not. Either way, we well and truly lost this race. This is the worst showing we've had for a while. I should hopefully hold on to 5th place. Yeah, we are pulling ahead of whoever is behind us. Yeah, that's still a poor showing considering we got a resounding victory in the first race. But that purely comes down to choice of car, really. Obviously I opted for handling and braking, but that was only in comparison to the Escort that we were in before. It was not in comparison to the vehicle that we were up against. So yeah, Hoonigan Fiesta, Hoonigan Focus in 4th and 3rd respectively, and then the same Focus RS is in 2nd and 1st. So yeah, not a great showing, but luckily we are only 4 points ahead of the Focus RS. So yeah, we should hopefully be within a shot if we do well in the 3rd and final race. So let's get there and see what happens. So we're going to take no risks with this race, and we're going to go for one of the Fords. I think we'll go for the Focus, the Gymkhana 9, or the Gymkhana 10. I know there's no technical difference, but I do prefer the visuals on the 10, to be honest. So yeah, we'll go for that. And as you can see, the handling and braking isn't quite as good as a Porsche. The braking is, but the handling isn't. But the acceleration is way quicker. But as I can see again, as you can see in terms of speed, I was in the faster vehicle at the top end, but you just could not use that power with the only having the rear wheel drive and being on snowy, icy conditions. So yeah, that's really what failed us at the end. But imagine if it was a more tarmac based race, we would have made mincemeat of these cars. But yeah, we just weren't able to use the power, we just weren't able to use the speed or take advantage of the handling. So see what all-wheel drive, plenty of power and not much in the way of top speed can do for us. Well, we're instantly better off. The Twerk Stallion hit the fence there, slowed it right down. So yeah, we're only going to get up to around 140 in this. because it isn't all that much, but we shouldn't be able to deal with too many straights. Mincemeat at these corners because it's got all of that power and torque and all-wheel drive to launch it out of the corners. We're not going to be struggling for grip here, so not to the same extent as a Porsche was. Although that Ford has somehow managed the impossible, crashing into nothing and slowing down at the same time. The Blizzard Mountain DLC, then the name of this championship and this road itself will evoke memories of that. Which was a really rather good expansion, to be honest, and I enjoyed doing the Blizzard Hill Climb series. Which was basically extreme off-road silly builds, but snowy and icy conditions and uphill. Still got that Ford right on our backside though. Probably doesn't help that I'm not taking this massively seriously just because these cars are really playful. A bit more grip here though on the tarmac. Say that as I start sliding around still. And there we go, a nice win. So yeah, started off with a win, had a disappointing 5th place in the second race. But a win there with this final race gives us the all-important 20 points, meaning we have 50 overall, 6 ahead of the Focus RS that I think was behind us in that race, 12 points ahead of the Nova, which is somehow in 3rd. I have no idea how that's possible given that's a rear-wheel drive muscle car with way too much power, and then 2 Twerk Stallions rounding out the top 5. So yeah, decent championship there. They're nothing spectacular because cars are generally quite the same, but yeah, still fun enough nonetheless. And if you've not got the Hoonigan Focus that you can win by doing this championship, then obviously it's well worth doing it for that. But yeah, nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.